did this dive take place? That Islam became the enemy, and a wave of Islamophobia swept the Western world. And I think, therefore, students now comparing what is going on in the Arab and Muslim world and how it is reported in the United States should compare it to how Jewish people were described in the media in the 20s, 30s, 40s, even the 50s after the Second World War. And sometimes you'll find that the language used about Muslims is virtually the same as the language that was used about Jewish migrants or settled people in the West. What was it? It was, they wear funny clothes, they have strange hats, they have strange hair, they observe the Sabbath on a different day, they eat pork, they have very funny dietary habits, they are an alien community within our world. That was the language which was used against them, and it's the language which is being used by many media outlets in the West about Islam, and it's foolish and it serves no purpose. But it's ironic that despite the amount of money spent and education given on the Judeo-side during the Second World War and the Holocaust, people don't seem to realize that if that is wrong, then the language they're using about Muslims today is equally wrong. All one can say is, let's hope it doesn't lead to what happened during the Second World War in Europe. The other thing, I think, people have very little idea of the literature and culture which emerged in the Muslim world following the Second World War, writers, poets, critics, philosophers, and it's not a monolithic world. There is a great deal of diversity in that world, and it's a diversity worth exploring. So if you want to know Saudi Arabia really well, you can't get a true picture just from reading tiny news reports. You have to read the novels of Abdurrahman Munif, which will give you a better idea of Saudi Arabia than any books published here or articles written in the Western media. And the same applies to Egypt and other parts of the Muslim world. So that's what I would advise, is to search in different ways to get a real picture of what these societies are.